Scitus 23 here. In today's Knife Therapy, we have 3 Sencut knives to go over. First one is the Sencut Fritch. This comes in at $45. And quick specs, you have an overall length of 7 inches with a 3-inch blade and about a 3.3-inch grip area. Nice EDC size. Got that beautiful sheepfoot blade. The blade steel on this one is 9CR 18 MOV. And because of that tip being, center line with the pivot, the belly is going to be very gradual. So it should be an excellent cutter for just about anything you want to do. Flat surfaces, in-hand cutting. It's going to be a very versatile blade shape. It's a flat ground knife that comes down to a pretty thin edge. It's around, 16 thousandths, which is, thin for what we like to see, what we usually see from most production companies. The edge bevel's at 22 degrees per side. I would have loved to see that, under 20, but it still performed good. It sliced well, and it was pretty comfortable for the most part in hand. I did feel a little bit cramped because of the flipper tab, and it's a smaller handle. If you have a large or extra large hand, this knife might be a little bit too small for you. I found I had just enough grip to get a 4-finger grip on there comfortably. And it didn't really feel cramped until I did some of the wood carving, because you're pushing a lot harder into that wood. So I was locked in. It just felt a little cramped. This is a multi-deploying knife. You have a thumb stud, good thumb stud action, riding on bearings, and a ceramic detent ball. And you have a very minimal flipper tab that has some grippy jimping there. Nice snappy action. Pretty, you can shake it, close. It's not, drop shut, but it doesn't need to be, especially at the $45 price range. It comes in different variations. You can get it in 2 other colors with either, you can get it with a black wash blade and a green canvas micarta for $46. And you can also get it with a stonewash blade with their brown matrix micarta. That kind of looks like burlap micarta. The lockup on this is nice and tight. No movement up or down, left or right. You do have decent access to that lock bar. Nice and comfortable. You have a deep carry, tip up left or right hand carry clip on here. I really wish they would have inset the clip into the G10. But I've noticed they're doing that from time to time. So hopefully we'll see that more often. I didn't have any hot spots in the handle when using it. But like I said, a little cramped because of that flipper tab and, how short the handle is. And one other thing that I wish would have been a little different, they do have a sharpening choil that does clear the plunge. However, it just barely clears that plunge. I would have liked to see that opened up a little bit. Let's see. You could open it up yourself because of that stop pin is in front of that flipper tab. So you shouldn't have to worry about, opening that up, messing up anything. Overall, though, I think it's a great knife. If you don't have extra large hands, I think it'd be a great option for you. Excellent blade shape, good action, and you can get it in different variations. It's a quick size reference to John Terry Rat Model 1 and 2. It's a pretty much identical length as the Rat Model 2, except the grip is better on the Fritch. Next one, we have the Sencut Scitus. This is a Ostap Hell design, and it definitely has his flair to it. This one is a bigger knife, and just for size reference, the Ontario Rat Model 1 and Rat Model 2, it's in the middle of those two. Nice full-size EDC. You have an overall length on this one at 8.02 inches with a 3.47-inch blade and a 4.45-inch handle. So like I said, full size. However, it's nice, slim, and sleek because, it's narrow and it's not super thick. So it's coming in at 2.93 ounces, so very lightweight. Your blade is made of D2 steel. I would have much rather see their 9CR on this one. Price tag on this one is $46 to $47, depending on which one you get. You have a nice drop point here with the higher tip, so you're going to have more belly. It's going to be excellent for cutting on flat surfaces. If you had to skin something, a skin game or something, you got a nice needle-like point for doing piercing tasks. And it's you know, you're not going to want to do anything hard with that because it is a very needle-like point. Nice top swedge up top. This one has the blasted stonewash finish, which in my opinion is not the best idea for D2 because that'll open it up for corrosion a lot easier. That's another reason why I would love to see the 9CR. They do a good job on that. One thing that I did notice with all three of these Sencut knives is they all came ridiculously sharp with a lot of bite to them. Sencut has been killing it with their sharpening. In my opinion, way better than the civivi line. They don't over sharpen them. They keep them with some nice bite to them, and I love that. This one does have a sharpening choil. You may get one sharpening out of it before it starts to widen in the back right there. It does have a high flat grind for, you know, the narrow blade, and it comes down decently thin as well. It was a very good slicer. It has a nice long row of grippy jimping that's well placed for my medium-sized hands. Very nice. The ergos on this one were very comfortable. I had no hot spots to speak of. However, being that it is a narrower handle, thinner handle scales, I did notice my hands and my forearms starting to cramp, you know, doing all the cutting in hand, especially when you do like wood carving and stuff like that. You're going to hold it tighter so it doesn't twist in the hand. However, I did a good job on just about everything I cut with it. That's just the only thing I really noticed there. This one has G10 scales, peel ply G10 scales. You can also get it in other variations. You have a nice deep carry tip up left or right handed pocket clip. And this one is inset into the G10 plus countersunk screws. So it's not going to get hung up in the pocket. And being that it's nice and narrow and slim, it carries very well in the pocket, even though you have that flipper tab. The flipper tab is canted down. There's no point on there, so you might feel it, and it might rub on whatever's in your pocket, but not something that really bothers me any, and it's a pretty minimal flipper tab. You do have this nice milling right here that makes that pivot screw countersunk on both sides, and it mirrors almost itself on the clip. Nicely done there. Nice flow-through construction. Tons of internal milling in the inside, keeping that weight, like I said, down to 2.93 ounces. So nice and lightweight, good, slim and sleek carry. Very nice flipping action. You have a well-designed flipper tab that's kind of canted back a little bit right in front of that pivot. You do have jimping there, so it comes out nice and fast. And this one is almost a free dropper. It's very smooth and overall a pretty cool EDC knife. If this one does it for you, definitely one that I could recommend without a problem. You have a nice hidden lanyard post back there. I like it whenever they do that rather than put a hole in the scales. You have good lock bar access on this one. Nice knife. My only nitpicks and complaints, maybe open that sharpening choil up just a little bit, but that's something I can do because you have an internal stop pin, so you don't have to worry about it coming in contact with that area or anything. Definitely would have much rather see the 9CR because it's a stainless steel. However, if their D2 is pretty darn good. I just don't like the blasted stonewash finish on D2 just because it opens it up for corrosion. And lastly, we have the Sencut Kyril. This is a Ferrum Forge Knife Works design. And I was excited to see them bring the Ferrum Forge into the Sencut line because before they were only in the civivi and wheat line. So now you have a more budget-friendly Ferrum Forge knife. This one comes in at $42 to $43 depending on which one you get. The micarta ones are $43. This one is a more medium to smaller knife. Here's a comparison between the Ontario Rat Model 1 and 2. This one comes in overall at 7.31 inches, so it's a more medium to me with a 3.19 inch blade and a 4.12 inch handle. You have a nice sheep's foot blade of the 9CR 18 MOV stainless steel. That came wicked sharp once again and performed really, really well. You have that high flat grind that comes down pretty darn thin, and it performed nicely with just about everything I was doing. However, I'll try to show it, but whenever I was doing the rope cutting, I noticed that the tip was coming in contact with the board quicker than I wanted it to, so I wasn't getting a whole lot of cutting surface to cut the rope with. So I picked it up onto a block to do the cutting, and it made it a lot easier. But it can be done on the flat surface, it's not as easy because there's a very, very gradual blade, almost warny, almost straight, but it does have a very, very gradual belly. That tip is a good bit underneath that flipper, so you're definitely not going to have that upswept going on. The blade does have a forward finger choil that I can pretty much fit my finger in there, but close to that edge. So if you have big fat sausage fingers, it may not be, it might just be a sharpening choil for you. I could also do that trigger grip like that if I wanted to fairly easily. Do have a nicer, longer row of jimping that does grip the thumb decently there. Not something I really care about, but I know some people love jimping. It's a nice flat spot, so even if you didn't have that, it's nice and secure in hand. This one is a flipper action, very smooth action on here, and Ferrum Forge is known for doing some of the best flipper tabs that I've ever seen. They always do them right. As you can see, this one has that top flat spot that's canted in that direction, so literally you just put your finger on there for the push button and it comes rocketing out on those ceramic cage ball bearings and the ceramic detent ball. Or you can just put it in front of it and pull back and it comes out just as quick. Nice action there. This is a slim and sleek design, maybe like an office type carry knife. You have very slender scales right here. The micarta is nice and grippy. This is black canvas micarta. You do have a deep carry tip up left or right handed pocket clip. However, this one is sitting on top of the micarta as well. Hopefully, like I said, we'll see more of the inset clips like on this Scitus. The lockup is good on this one, nice and tight, no side to side, no up or down. And this, like I said, slim and sleek and very, very lightweight. They don't have any internal milling, but I don't really think it was needed because it still comes in at 2.99 ounces, and that's under the ounce and inch for the people who like that. On this one, your pivot screw is T8, and these two scale screws back here are T6, along with the clip screw. You have a lanyard hole on this one. I would have much rather see it done like that with the lanyard post. It keeps it just a lot cleaner. Like I said, you do have that deep carry, tip up left or right hand carry. Access to that lock bar is good because they cut this down enough to where it's easy access. And overall, this one's probably my favorite of the three. I love that action. I love the blade. And this is just, like I said, a nice, lightweight, slim and sleek carry. But, you know, you're definitely getting a wide variety of blades here with the Fritch. I like the Fritch's blade a lot. I just felt a little bit cramped. I don't know what it is with that flipper tab. It's just a little bit cramped. I mean, these two are very similar in overall size, as you can see. Overall length, the Kyril is just a little bit longer. And the Scitus, it's got a little bit more belly than I like, but I do like how, you know, full size this is and still nice and lightweight. So overall, I think they're all great knives. I think you'll be happy with just about any of them that you pick up, and definitely ones I could recommend because they're priced well. If you have any questions, and let me know, do you like this? I didn't want these not to get a review like this one because I bought this one myself, and you know, I'm really backed up on videos, so I wanted to make sure they got some airtime. Let me know what y'all think about this type of review format. If y'all enjoyed it, let me know. If y'all don't like it, then I just won't do it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I hope everybody's having an absolute amazing day. I will see y'all on the next one. Hey.